Tonight I'm going to make some homemade pasta noodles for a beef bolognese sauce that I am making. So these are the basic recipes, or basic ingredients. You've got your flour, I bought on-purpose all bleach, eggs, there's a cup of some water in it, and then salt. It's very, very simple, so let's get started. Okay, so first I have my bowl, which I put some flour in, and I did add some salt, probably less than a teaspoon, although I didn't really measure. I made this little cubby right here, because in all the videos where I see them making pasta, they actually normally do it right on the countertop, and they always add like the egg right into the middle of it. So I'm gonna do it like this. I like to mix first, but you know, a lot of authentic Italian pasta is based on just a lot of egg. Okay, so now I've got the egg added. I'm gonna go ahead and very messily pour in some of this water. It doesn't, and start stirring. Whisking this together. Don't ask me why I had to have it in a pouch or in that middle little spot. I don't know. I'm just doing what I saw in a video and then making my own video to demonstrate. Okay, it definitely needs more water. Pasta isn't really a very wet dough, but it's also not like biscuit dry either. This is looking pretty good now. Actually, possibly a little bit too wet. I don't know. But the next step is I'm actually going to put it on the countertop and start kneading it. I don't know why I don't want it on the countertop at this point when I first start, but it's just somehow in my mind it keeps it cleaner. Okay, so I've started kneading this dough. Pasta dough has a lot of flour in it. That's the key to it not being sticky and makes it so that when you actually start making your noodles, it doesn't stick together to each other. It'll just slide right off the cutting board and right into the water. And then actually I end up usually storing this a little bit, and that the first batch I made, I didn't put enough flour, so after a little bit the pasta started sticking to itself. But if you have enough flour on your dough, especially when you go to start rolling it out, if it's got enough dough or flour on it, it will slide apart easier, and it kind of acts like a coating that prevents it from sticking to each other. So definitely don't worry about using too much flour on pasta because it takes a lot. Okay, so now I have taken some of the dough. Here's the bulk of it, but I cut a section of it off because I'm just going to do a small part at a time. And I rolled this really nice and flat with the rolling pin. You do not want thick noodles, so it's quite thin. And then all you do is you start folding it in together. And notice how much flour is on here. There's a lot of flour on here. It would be much easier to do. With two hands. But we're getting there. Okay. That's our full roll. Now let's cut these little other ends off, throw that back in with the other dough, and then you literally just start cutting these noodles out. like so. If you were to have a spaghetti maker, you would be able to get even smaller noodles. I don't have a spaghetti maker, and I'm not going to buy one because I don't find this to be too cumbersome. Really, overall, it's not that bad. So you just do, I'm doing, I don't know, fettuccine or linguine size. Okay, so then you pick it up and you've got, that's a noodle. So you've got some noodles. So you start unrolling them and, so yeah, that's how you make a noodle. Just like that. So I have that first roll of pasta cut up, and I do want to point out that I was finding some of it to be a little bit not floured enough. Probably I didn't have enough flour on the countertop when I started kneading or rolling it out. So it was nicely floured on the top, but it wasn't on the bottom, which was causing some of them to stick together and become hard to take apart. But so all I did was cut these all up, and then I just added some flour on top, and I tossed it in them, and now these noodles are nice and they're not sticking together at all. Okay, so that's all the pasta we've got now. I did end up throwing some of the dough away because I made too much for just the two of us, but that should make a nice amount of pasta. But I just to let you know, I would not keep that in the fridge very long. Like, you would need to cook it today or tomorrow. But yeah, this makes really good pasta. Once you have it, it's really hard to go back to buying the dried stuff. And as you saw, it really isn't that much effort. I did all this in less than an hour, and to get better quality food, I really think that hour was well spent.